好，你们好，早。
很好，怎么样？
我很好 ，Kathy，你好。
你好。
好we start with the characters today, and did you get the meaning of my poor English? I try to explain the 是 persimmon for the pronunciation, the same with the thing. We are going to learn the characters, so everything goes well. We write the characters and people read that, and we're going to paint the persimmon. So people saw the painting of the persimmon, and we'll understand you write that, and the meaning is very good and very common to title this kind of the autumn fruits. Let's go for characters first. Other characters we review for 2 or 3 our new students didn't learn that, and for the clerical style we add later, we didn't learn probably before. And it's unfocused, I think.
You put something in the middle, maybe it's focus.
Hmm?
I need to focus. You put something in the middle so I can focus. Just put your hand.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's start with the characters. These characters very obvious. There's the dominant stroke is the big vertical, and end with the hook there, right? Like a spine. This kind of characters kind of need really long time practicing to get this big vertical looks good. Very hard, especially in the standard style. It looks not very hard, but some simple things, and the one stroke in center is hard. Okay, let's do it. Top down. First is the horizontal stroke. Press like that, and small and a little bit flat. See lots of like a horizontal thing, right? Part. We can divide them, in several parts, but do not leave it, two apart. Same characters. Okay, one, and then like the mouth we write, but a little bit flat. And no wider than the top horizontal thing. The horizontal thing kind of like the roof things put on the top. And then this kind of things, horizontal and connect with the vertical. Vertical become a little bit like that. So do not do on the opposite this way, and not even the straight, perpendicular straight. It's kind of this way, but they're vertical, not a slant. And then a little bit longer center horizontal. Press and the bottom. This kind of the other part, right? The flat mouth part and this part. Actually, this bottom horizontal stroke supposed to be the last one, can be a little bit thicker, a little bit big than I do, a little bit heavier. Okay, then the big, we call the dominant vertical one. Press and twist the brush until you adjust ready to go, and then go down. Keep it balanced. Just keep it straight. Press a little bit to the bottom left. Try to make kind of triangle thing, right? And then lift a little bit and stretch out gradually to the left. You know, I wait here actually too long. This hook not very beautiful, but the principle like that, standard style. Okay, and then goes to the walking style. How come my this handout is mirror? Here. Okay, walking is just see the mouth part. I always say become like 12 looking things for the square things. And depends on everybody's writing a little bit different. Doesn't have to be that small, you know, just it's still flat and small, right? Okay, just when you got fluent, become faster writing, more free, try a few of them. Okay. Horizontal, my brushes are very dry, so go slow. This is the mouth part, right? And this part. This part. And then vertical connect to hook. To dry my ink. Oh, where's the ink stick? I don't see anyway. Okay, that's the walking. Seems real, doesn't change anything. See, this horizontal thing in the standard style or from the printing style, you can tell is all the way, I mean, stick out on the right-hand side, right? Cross this vertical. But you do not have to handwriting, walking style. You can just do like that, easier. You know, you can do like that, or this correct, and also this way is also correct. Okay, and then cursive style. It's really cursive, really simplified. It's like the number three, but some logical things you will tell is for these characters. So like the number three, but the upper part indicated like this part. So a little bit small and shows the horizontal thing, right? And the lower part for the three is the big curve things, and back to the center, do the things. So indicated the vertical things, but not all the way from the top. Okay, so start with a little bit like horizontal to do this three, and then back and then bigger and back to the center to do cross, do these things. This one not beautiful at all. I will explain, because this circle, see what I did, too wrong, too rounded, too rounded. I explained before, I mean, more than one times, calligraphy writing. We appreciate the strokes in between round and square, even the cursive style. Make some things, see, there's things a little bit, because become some squarish things, right? Like hook things. And back to the center here, you know, make some rhythm and then down, you know, something like that. Like some point you try to get a little bit of pause or even twist or brush a little bit, something, you know, because the last things is indicated the stroke of the vertical, right? So a little bit of vertical like, and all the way down. Because sometimes we do things like a back to just a dot, right? That's not correct for this case, because this case indicated something all the way down, vertical. So cross and down, cross this circle. And this is too rounded, right? The circle. We call it a circle, looks like a circle, but kind of squarish. Yeah, this is called, calligraphy writing. Mm-hmm. You know, even more hunchback things this side. Okay, and then clerical style, I always say by guessing or our knowledge builded, we will build already. We all know, you know, one stroke for the goose tail flying there and everything flat. Some basic rules for clerical style, because on the hard surface, or sometimes I call carving mood, you know, in painting is very useful, this kind of stroke. Let's do horizontal, you know, back for the stroke, slower. And then flat mouth. Stroke by stroke. Yeah, don't lift apart too much. Big goose tail flying stroke for this stroke. Go, 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 press a little bit down, like a wave things. Slowly, slowly, do not sweeping too fast, because it's hard surface, carving mood, not on the smooth paper. Okay, and then a little bit longer, larger, but still the same part for the bottom horizontal thing. And then do not stick out too much. This style only stick out a little bit to start the vertical. And the hook, you know, just kind of triangle on a hard surface, slowly, very slow. Yeah, you can go further, a little bit further, but yeah, go slow, very slow. Okay, that's how much for sure. Same pronunciation as the persimmon, exactly the same. I wrote the phonetic things, pinyin on that. Okay, this rule we learned already for the standard style and the walking and the cursive, but not the clerical. However, we let's review it. Okay, tell me what's the two parts characters. Anybody know that? You learned the language, right? Slant for that, big dot for that. And another slant for this. And actually this is horizontal, but up. And then this part. Anybody want to tell me what's the two parts, left and right, for the characters for that?
Woman and mouth.
Woman for this and the mouth for right part. Very good, very good. Okay, so this is called standard style. Try to see this part larger, right? And right part, only the mouth. So the mouth stay the level, almost at the same level for this stroke. So occupy the whole right part a little bit upper, higher than the absolute center. Ooh, this Kathy like a walking and the cursive. This, what's the big change for that? Can you still tell the female part, woman part, and the mouth part? Yes, because we practiced standard style. Very obvious. We will meet. We'll see that any other places. I always said the mouth part become right when you're riding faster, become walking. It's like 12, but together it's like the is vertical, right? And then horizontal connect like that way, and then horizontal, and then do not on purpose do emphasis on the hook, because it's just lifting and vertically down the line for the other characters, you know, for the traditional way. So do some lifting shows, but do not do too heavy things on the hook. And that's the right part. Left part, see this slant stay the same, right? But those two strokes become one stroke, so easier. Okay, this and then this connect with the big horizontal and become this 12 to make the mouth. Yeah, that's how much for I mean how it looks, how to do in the walking. See, step by step, and then left or right, then some become really connected, and two stroke become a one stroke. Okay, and then not that much different in between, even not very clear line or border from walking and cursive. We know that already, right? Lots of characters like that. Same thing for the left-hand side and the right-hand side, like the wave things, but still we try, you know, to do some things, you know, not with no reason to wave. Some show some horizontal things, right? Because from this kind of squarish things. Okay, so walking and become you know, some things like that, too high. Yeah, when you write a few and you understand the meaning, you can do this very free, very free. Yeah. So this one, clerical style, looks a little bit too apart in between two left and right, right? But this, is very, how say, dignified looking for the strokes and very flat. So it's still, balanced, and you can put this a little bit closer. Actually, I will say. Okay, left part, female part, go slower. Thinking of your carving. Okay, and the slant part, actually you bounce back. Do not do the sharp sharp lifting. This part doesn't lift that much. It's like the very dignified horizontal. And the mouth part, not that much different. This case, normally, more squarish, more flat. Yeah, thinking about they are same characters, and try to make the whole thing, the wholeness, and left and the right balanced. See, still stay the same level of, two parts. Okay, that's how much for four styles for that. I think we learned this meaning, right? We need the meaning writing, or like a style for freestyle of the painting or things. But I couldn't find. Otherwise, I will remind you guys what date in Hangout we learned. So standard style for the meaning. Dot. And then a little bit small for the horizontal, and the two dots, the connection always like that, talking each other, taking care of each other, like this way, right? Always like that way for two dots. And then longer horizontal thing. So far, anybody know this is the individual character can be to stand? The pinyin is Li. Okay, and then center part, you can think this is three part, right? So far, I already write. I already wrote is the stand, and then what's this part? Anybody do that?
Isn't that day?
Pardon me?
Day?
Day, right. And sun, sun, right? Sun or day, right? Original from that, right? From that seal script, like things, and then the squarish from the square and something in center become that bad. It's the day or sun, right? The pinyin is okay. And what's the bottom? We learned. What's the bottom? Meridian, what's the bottom? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Okay. Art.
Heart. Heart.
Yes.
Heart.
Yes.
Yeah, because why I asked you? Because I remember that you wrote it beautiful. You wrote the heart. The characters very beautiful. Very beautiful. Okay.
Thank you.
That's the heart. That's the bottom is the heart. Dot. Right. Diagonal and lifting. And then two dots. So like something holding together and then 3 dots. So the 3 dots with some, some things in the same character with some relationship, this to start. And then those, they are taking, some relationship, they are talking to each other for those 2 and this to start and 3 of them. So with some direction. With some direction. And also for 2 dots like that, right? For 3 dots, we are always thinking of the heart. Remember we do the orchids center, orchids flower. We told about, we talked about the dots, five strokes for the orchids, 5 strokes for the orchids, 3 for outer layer of the petals, right? And 2 we call embracing petals. So totally 5 petals for orchids flower, right? And we say normally very simple, for 3 dots for the center, 3 dots for the center, but we do the dots with some relation together, no matter where it grows. So we do like the 1, 2, 3. Some things with some connection, like the 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Some things together. We talk about why this is the center, this is the heart of the flower, thinking of the characters for the heart. 3 dots for that. Okay, back. These 3 parts, but do not put them too apart. Make the characters really long or too roomy here. Do not do that. So 3 parts. You know the individual parts, and when you do the how to simplify to do the walking and the cursive will be easier and clear logically. This is walking, and we can tell the 2 dots for the standing part a little bit connect together, and the 3 dots for the heart, together, right? Together. Okay, just do it. Together, and then a larger horizontal. The sum part a little bit, shows dynamic. Actually, after the seal of that, connect with the dot of the heart, and then those connected. Like this one is ugly. It's screwed on the bottom. Do it again. Some things like that, walking. And then let's look at the cursive. Not that much, right? The upper part, the 2 dots, even like the 1 stroke, but with the with some rhythm and the press, right? It's like the horizontal, but a little bit of press at on the rhythm. And the bottom, not that much different. That's very common. So just do it faster, or even more like horizontal things. Clerical. This dot, very common, sometimes become very like the triangle. And sometimes the dot become like the horizontal, right? Really flat. The same thing is not a raindrop anymore, because hard surface carving, you do not do that smooth thing like water. Flat, more flat, and more connected. I mean, the stroke by stroke, because carving hard to make individual like island, right? So put them together. So these two, upper part and lower part for the stroke dots together. Put them connected. Very flat for this sun or day. And the hard part, dot. You can do backstroke, right? Carving always do that. And then go slow, huh? Start. Press, very slow. It doesn't have to do everything the goose tail flying in this style, very slow. Much slower than the standard styles pressing. Okay, then two dots. Go slow, otherwise it looks like a raindrop. Okay, that's how much for the characters. Everything goes as your meaning, as your expectation, and which means wish everything goes smooth and goes well. Okay, any things, any questions about the characters we are doing, we are reviewing, or some things want me to demo again, or if not, we can start the persimmon and put the characters. Everything goes well on it. Okay. I send you the I send you the picture, right? The picture for the Qi Bai Shi's painting. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the Su Tang. She sent me the photo. Exactly what I've been looking for, because I had a hard time to try to find online things and for just the persimmon, because I need some things simple this time for to put our characters on that, and I couldn't find some things. I couldn't just I saw that and cannot I mean the download it. So I got the picture and lots of things there, more than the just a persimmon. And I went to the farmers market. The person, the owner, I always bought this kind of, they call it, you know, they call it Beijing Shi, Peking. You know, the city, capital city, Beijing, picking persimmon on that area, you know, different family. See what I got, I have these flat things. I sent you a picture last week. I want to show you different color. This is the top things, right? And more flat. So normally stand this way, right? And these things, you see the stem very, kind of clear for the stem this way. But the shape is kind of like the peach. It's like the peach shape. So it won't sharp this way. It's hard to stand this way. It's almost like that. And it won't stand like the peach this way because with the stem connect like that. And the 710 does the persimmon. It's really, I show you the picture. I tried to get the real one. I didn't. The gentleman told me very interesting. They are picking persimmon tree. Didn't get even one fruit this year. I said, oh, okay. Sometimes for the fruit trees, I don't know. And but 710, that's why 710 I really want to show you. So I show you the picture of the fruits. It's the fruits is really like that. We call it. Do you have that? Or I don't know how to call it. That's a meal, like 2 pieces of stones, like we call grinding. Traditionally, grinding stone things like the tools for grinding everything, for rice to get rid of the outer things, the brain things, and for grinding the wheat become wheat powder. In Asian, we also go from the soybean become soybean powder, and later to brew it to make tofu things like that. So grinding everything. Do you have this country? Never.
Yeah, yes, we do.
Oh.
I mean, from a long time ago, they had giant grinding stones, and the horses or the mules would walk in a circle and make it go around.
Right. Traditionally in China, and dunk does that. Right. Oh, okay, understand. So we called it 磨盘式子. That's called meal, the things. So which means two layers. That's why 710 does 2 strokes for the persimmon. Because we like his style. Sometimes the flower or everything's simplified to just a couple of strokes. But I want to show you for the this persimmons, it's really 2 strokes. You can do that because the looks like it's 2 layers of that. Okay, for different color try. I'm not going to do 5 of them. Well, you can do. I give you the picture. Use the fan shaped things, exactly copy that, and for like the flat, wide shape, like the horizontal, you can do that. Yeah, I think I want to do just 3 of them. See. Do a little bit yellow, yellow with some gradation, right? We saw the persimmon yellow, and then a little bit the vermilion, and some. So Henry's color here, red. I do not mix very well in the palette. I will do it. Let's see. I have to thinking of mine. Because 710 says mimic me is dying, and learn me is life. Okay, do 2 strokes. I will do the red one for mine first. Not the perfect circle, right? You do a little bit things void and a little kind of the flat sunken things, concave things actually, and the top. See that a little bit, yeah. Instead of this side, right? And also you see a little bit actually not very round, a little bit squarish, you know, the shape. Okay, and I think I want to do the, this is the kind of one circle, one layer, right? And I want to do the other one to continue. And then back to do that because it's overlapped a little bit. And what about the green? Some green. I mean, anyway, some other cold yellow. Oh, we're not the same angle. I have to do some things like that. Too light. I want to do even some ink. And then the second layer, bottom layer, actually even smaller than the top one. Yeah, not bigger. Right. And then I will better to finish the second layer of the red one. Okay, and then I want to do another one here. Okay. Okay. And I did 3 of them all this way. By the way, Chibaishu styles, the fruit, the persimmon, the fruits is flat. So most this way, because this way, because this part is small, right? It's very hard to do things to see the bottom things, and if the bottom things not show, seems not very beautiful for painting. So I do all the way just like that. this position. And then dark, you can do not absolute ink, but I just use my ink to do this stem part. And it's like the 4 dried leaves, a little bit, very small, very shade free for stem, right? And some things, anyway, you got the meaning. It doesn't have to do really mimic. Very dry. I mean, need to be very dry, but paper towel always. I didn't really mimic this. I'm doing mine. Okay, I think that's how much I want. So you know what's really Qi Baishi wrote on the I mean the meaning for the characters. Also the meaning I mean the pronunciation, the persimmon with the same thing with same pronunciation with the thin, right? And also same pronunciation of the word of generation. So what Qi Baishi wrote is, I see, my eye can see the 5th generation. You know, Qi Baishi, and later he wrote it 83. When he was 83, he did this painting. And he got the I bet 4 generations already. And he is expecting and the 5th generation. So in traditional Chinese way, see, oh, this is the happy family with the lots of people, lots of children, lots of generations. Normally, people say like 4 generations together, oh, big family, happy family. And the Qi Baishi says, I see, which means my eye can see, which means very close future, not far, almost 5 generations. So generation pronunciation same as the persimmon. So that's why he painted 5 persimmons to say almost and wrote almost. I almost can see my eye, almost to my eye, my eye almost see the 5th generation is coming, almost got the 5th generation, 83. Anyway, I just wrote very common meaning. I don't have even the 3 generation yet. Okay, I wrote and everything goes well. Yeah, that's the very common things for this painting of persimmon fruits. got the wrong brush. This brush. Not going to see the wrong brush. For this wrong brush, this is always a split. Always a split. Yeah, this is the good one. Yeah, this is the good one. Okay. I want, okay. To this and then put my name here. When you write two characters together vertically, you do like that, just two dots indicated exactly two characters, right? Because sometimes two characters, put them together, it's hard to get beautiful. Sometimes people write a little bit different to, make it same character but look different, a little bit different, kind of hard. Then I do the second one like that. That's the characters we learned and reviewed today. Everything goes well. I want my name here or here. I think continue to do probably here. Lunar year, this year. And my name. I do same way because my name with two characters together, same thing. And name chop here to make whole things because my space is rounded. Try to make sure each side and everything goes well. Each side touched because it's mounted already, a little bit hard to do. Pretty good. Not very fine because the paper is hemp fiber. Anyway, this is mine today, and this a little bit is good, but it's okay. Sometimes the bottom is not very flat, and it's kind of this way, because this side is not very flat. It's okay, and it's 协议 meaning right. Painting. Okay. Any questions so far? Are you following, or you are play with your fruit things, and you like the painting for the fruits, simple things, and you can make these things. Sometimes in Chinese, not on purpose to give greeting cards for that. Some good phrase or good a sentence of the poem or the good saying, just for ourselves to do the painting and for record the mood, or when you want to do some want to express some things, you just do the painting, do the simple painting, like the write the poem, things, a sentence, a phrase, just do that. So use this kind of words or a sentence or poem things. Okay. Any question? Any you want to ask, or any yeah, anything you want to say?
Victoria?
Pardon me?
Victoria? Oui,
Yeah.
I have no enough time to paint now, but I find your painting is very beautiful. Yes, you understand? No?
You have not enough space for the painting.
I have no time enough to do the painting this week and last week too. But I do
okay, I think I understand what
later.
I'm
later.
talking about. Yeah, you are still you are still interested, and you are still learning.
Yes.
You are still doing, but
Yes.
only this couple of times you didn't do any. You don't have time. You didn't have time.
Yes.
Understand.
Totally.
And for people who want to continue the class, I'm going to continue for the class, but next week we need to register again for the coming 4 weeks class. We are going to do basically same, do some basic strokes for the simple painting, and learn more words to put on. And it's a season for orchids bloom, and later for the winter for the plum tree, plum flower, the four gentlemen, and the bamboo always all year round in the Southern California. And I said for the four gentlemen, the bamboo, we didn't even get enough time to get like the little sparrow and the bamboo. That's a good painting. And I do not want, I don't want, I don't know yet. Do you want to challenge the, some snow things? Because we are, I love it, but that's kind of the hardest part, because do lots of things, skill, techniques, and some eye view things for negative, avoiding things you want to think about. But the characters, because we are calligraphy class, right? The characters for the snow, for the clouds, also for the clouds, the good word, and the very good things to do for practice our calligraphy strokes and the right in painting for clouds and the snow, you know. So probably later winter. Anyway, we have lots of things to do. Any suggestions, let me know. You want to do, or like Emily want to some characters on his painting. Yeah, let me know in the classroom. I forgot to write the pinyin, and you can look at the the Google to get the more characters or some things like that. I will write the pinyin later for the things you want, say on like the in memory of my parents, or the best, the most delicious pieces, some things like that. Yeah, yeah, 最好吃的桃子 the best. Anyway, any questions, or you are doing some work, you need some help in the classroom, let me know in the classroom. Yeah, if something, the common things for our class, I will arrange to my class. And I still have the Emily's list for the most characters she wants to learn. I'm still checking that. I didn't forget that. Yeah, arrange that. And also for the season, some seasonal fruits we can do, some very simple things, but very calligraphy stroke we want to do. It's fun. And also useful for our calligraphy practicing. Okay, let me know any question, and I hope you can continue the class to the next spring. We are almost there, and we have something more to learn. Hope you have interest and you are having fun to do for this class. And let me know any suggestions, or yeah, anything you want for yourself or for the class.